Solo Leveling has taken the anime world by storm, and with the conclusion of Season 2, fans are eagerly wondering, how many seasons will it take to complete Jinwoo's epic journey? Unlike some long-running series that stretch their storylines for dozens of seasons, Solo Leveling's anime adaptation has been moving at a steady pace. But is 4 seasons enough to fully cover the manhwa, or will we need even more? Let's break it down. First, let's take a closer look at how much of the Solo Leveling story has already been adapted into the anime and how much remains. The Solo Leveling manhwa is fully completed, consisting of 13 volumes and a total of 179 chapters. However, this number does not include the 20-chapter epilogue, which provides additional closure to the story after the main events conclude. If we count that, the full narrative extends beyond 200 chapters. Now, let's examine how far the anime has progressed so far. Season 1 adapted approximately the first 55 chapters of the manhwa. It covered major events such as Jinwoo's struggles as the weakest hunter, his near-death experience in the double dungeon, and his transformation into a player. The season ended with his job change quest, where he gained a massive power boost, marking a major turning point in his journey. Season 2 picked up from there and continued adapting up to chapter 110, covering crucial storylines such as the Jeju Island raid and Jinwoo's growing influence in the world of hunters. With this, we have now passed the halfway point of the story. Given this pacing, we can estimate that each season of the anime adapts approximately 3.5 volumes of content, or roughly 55 chapters per season. This adaptation speed provides a solid foundation for predicting how many more seasons it will take to reach the grand finale. If the anime continues to follow its current pacing, Season 3 will likely cover material from Volume 8 to Volume 11, which corresponds to chapters 111 to around 150 of the manhwa. This phase of the story represents a major turning point, where the stakes are significantly raised and Jinwoo moves beyond just growing stronger. He begins actively influencing the larger conflicts shaping the world. If the anime continues its current pacing, Season 3 will likely cover volumes 8 to 11, adapting chapters 111 to around 150. This marks a major turning point where the story escalates from personal battles to a full-scale war. By this stage, Jinwoo is no longer just an exceptional hunter. His power has grown to the point where he draws international attention, particularly from the United States, which seeks to recruit or control him. However, far more dangerous threats emerge as the monarchs, ancient and godlike beings, begin making their move against humanity. The battles become more intense than ever, pushing Jinwoo to his limits as he faces opponents unlike anything he's encountered before. With Earth caught in the middle of a cosmic war between the monarchs and the rulers, Jinwoo must take decisive action to protect everything he holds dear. If the anime follows a well-structured narrative, Season 3 will likely end on a devastating cliffhanger, such as the first full-scale invasion of the monarchs, or a battle that forces Jinwoo to unlock even greater power. If done right, Season 3 could be the most thrilling and action-packed season yet, pushing Solo Leveling into an even higher tier of anime greatness. With volumes 11 to 13 left to adapt, Season 4 would be the grand finale, delivering some of the most intense and emotional moments in the entire series. At this stage, the battle between the monarchs and the rulers has escalated into an all-out war, with humanity caught in the middle. Jinwoo is there. He fully embraces his destiny as the Shadow Monarch, standing as the only force capable of turning the tide of battle. This season would feature massive, large-scale fights, pushing the animation quality to its limits as Jinwoo goes head-to-head with the monarchs, including the Dragon Monarch, Antares, his strongest and most terrifying opponent yet. The stakes have never been higher, and every battle is not just about survival, but about shaping the fate of the world itself. We will also see Jinwoo's final transformation as he fully merges with the power of Ashborn, the previous Shadow Monarch, unlocking abilities beyond anything seen before. But Season 4 wouldn't just be about action. It would also deliver the emotional payoffs that fans have been waiting for. We would see the culmination of Jinwoo's relationships, his sacrifices, and the ultimate resolution of his journey. Every major storyline reaches its conclusion, ensuring that this final season leaves a lasting impact. However, one major question remains: what about the epilogue? With 20 additional chapters in the manhwa, which explore the aftermath of the final battle and give closure to Jinwoo's story, should the anime include them in Season 4? Or would they be better suited as a standalone movie or special OVA? The answer to that could determine whether Solo Leveling's adaptation ends with a definitive conclusion or leaves room for one final chapter. The Solo Leveling epilogue consists of 20 extra chapters that further expand on the story, giving closure to Jinwoo's journey and setting the stage for the sequel series, Solo Leveling: Ragnarok. Rather than stretching this into another full season, there's a strong possibility that the epilogue could be adapted as a movie. Since the epilogue is around the length of one manhwa volume, it could easily fit into a feature-length film, giving fans a cinematic conclusion to the saga. While Solo Leveling will likely conclude after 4 seasons and a possible movie adaptation of the epilogue, the story doesn't have to end there. The world of hunters, monarchs, and rulers is far from finished, as the official sequel series, Solo Leveling: Ragnarok, is already being published as a manhwa. Unlike the original story, which focused on Sung Jinwoo's rise to power, Ragnarok shifts the spotlight to his son, Sung Jinwoo, who inherits his father's incredible abilities. However, despite being born into immense power, Suho must forge his own path in a world that has changed dramatically since Jinwoo's reign. Given the massive success of Solo Leveling's anime adaptation, it's highly likely that Ragnarok will also receive an anime in the future. If the demand remains strong, and the sequel manhwa proves to be as popular as its predecessor, fans could see the continuation of Jinwoo's legacy on screen sooner than expected. So, to answer the big question, how many seasons will it take to finish Solo Leveling? Based on the pacing so far, the most likely answer is 4 seasons plus a movie to wrap up the epilogue. However, this might not be the end of Jinwoo's animated journey. With the sequel manhwa, Solo Leveling: Ragnarok, already being published, there's a real possibility that the anime could continue beyond the original story. If Solo Leveling remains a massive success, an adaptation of Ragnarok could be the next step, bringing Jinwoo's son, Sung Jinwoo, into the spotlight and expanding the Solo Leveling universe even further. But what do you think? Should Solo Leveling take its time and go beyond 4 seasons? Or would you prefer a fast-paced adaptation that keeps things tight and action-packed? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more Solo Leveling content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.